Welcome back, you fucks. We got another episode of Sarcasm Speaks. Bob and Jared coming at you. And we got good news? Potentially, maybe. I don't know. We got some news. Tomorrow might be the beginning of the end of this fucking bullshit. Coronavirus. At least for us in Massachusetts.
Yeah, real states have already either gone back or never left.
Yeah. I mean, Texas opened up a couple weeks ago now. I think 2 weeks ago. Some other states have opened last week. Tomorrow we find out what phase 1 is for Massachusetts.
Phase 1, collect underpants. Honestly, it's the same. It just the way it sounds is like it's no better than the underpants gnomes.
No, yeah.
The underpants gnomes from South Park.
Yeah.
They have a three phases to their existence. Phase 1 is collect underpants. Phase 3 is profit. If you ask them what phase 2 is, no one knows what phase 2 is. It's like it's the same thing.
So, like, for those of you that don't live in Massachusetts, last week we found out that Governor Baker was going to give a press conference on Monday, which is tomorrow, which is the day that this is coming out. We were under the assumption that May 18th was when things would be open and things would go back to normal and whatever, but not so fast. Because we were told that May 18th is the day the governor's going to have the press conference to tell us what starts phase 1 and what phase 1 looks like. So granted, it would be a little ridiculous to think that on May 18th everything would just go back to normal.
No, I didn't think, and I didn't think normal.
But the whole point was there was a press release last week, and instead of them saying, all right, so Monday, this is what's happening, they were like, oh, Monday, the governor's going to talk about the phase plan. And that was it. They didn't give any information about what the phases were. They also were pretty gray about if it's actually going to start tomorrow or not. Literally all they said was he's having the press conference tomorrow.
They said nothing. He's been saying nothing this whole fucking time.
Yeah.
And he's been a fucking cunt about it.
Huge cunt about it. So,
it's like, fuck, man.
The funny thing is that people that aren't complete fucking losers are fed up. They've had enough. Everyone wants to go back to real life. Everyone wants to go back and do things again. And next weekend is Memorial Day weekend. It's like one of the biggest party weekends of the year. So there's that coming up too. So there's already people are like saying fuck it to the whole quarantine thing. Like there's people making plans for parties and shit for Memorial Day. Everyone's like, fuck it, let's just party. Who cares? It's Memorial Day. It's quarantine. Like, bars are closed, but it's Memorial Day. We don't need bars. We'll just have cookouts at our houses. You know what I mean? Like, there's going to be so many fucking house parties for Memorial Day. It's going to be crazy. And then you have those fucking losers, like I was just saying. They're going to be like, oh, how could you? That's so socially irresponsible of you to... what about coronavirus? Fuck you. No one cares. Nobody gives a fuck about coronavirus anymore. This is the longest the American public has paid attention to any one thing in like 20 fucking years. Like the news cycle is so fucking ADD that like nothing lasts for more than like 2 to 3 days. Like a big story will last like a week.
Not since 9/11.
Yeah. Like nothing. Like major things happen in the world, like SARS, the SARS epidemic. I think the news covered it for like a week, and then that was it. They moved on, and that was in 2003.
Yeah, that didn't happen here though.
Right, and like all this other shit, like no one gives a fuck. Even like the Boston Marathon bombing, they covered that like on the news for maybe 2 weeks.
I forget how long it took for them to catch the guy.
I think it was like 3 days.
So if they caught the guy in 3 days, then there was probably about 4.5 days.
Yeah.
Of non-stop, nothing else mattered, don't even bother.
Right. And that was here in Massachusetts. Yeah, I'm sure other states in the country covered it barely, like a little bit, like it's a normal news story, but like, you know what I mean? Like the American public has not been this fixated on one thing. I think you're right, probably since 9/11.
It can't be. Because even like the '08 recession, dude, I didn't know about the '08 recession.
Right.
But I sure as shit knew about fucking 9/11, and I was 12 at the time.
Right. Right.
No, I was 11 at the time.
Yeah. And it's like, people are fed up. People are sick of it. They don't want to deal with it anymore. No one gives a fuck. And then you have these fucking loser fucking people walking around like, oh, put your mask on. Sir, make sure your mask is on. Make sure you're paying attention to the arrows in the aisles in the grocery store. Hey, fuck your arrows.
See, Swampskit is getting arrows on the sidewalks.
That's ridiculous.
One-way sidewalks.
That is ridiculous.
I did see a decent counterpoint, though. One person did say, they go, you need to put arrows down, yet most of us know that you walk against and ride with traffic.
Yes.
Hence,
yeah.
It takes care of itself.
Right.
But what do I know? I'm just a fucking clown.
Yeah. Oh, man. I'm sick of it, too. I'm so done. I just want to go back to real life. Like, and not that like life is drastically different anyway. Like literally, like me and Jamie were talking about this the other day. Like the only thing outside of like not being able to go to work, the only thing I'm doing different is like not going to bars. Like other than
yeah. So now I'm back on the golf course now.
Right. And like we don't hang out with our friends like a fuck ton anyway. See them like every now and then. I mean, granted, I haven't seen anybody since the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but that's probably about normal. If we don't throw a ripper here,
right?
They don't come down unless it's gambling season.
Right. So, I don't know. It's getting to the point where it's just ridiculous. And people are now getting pissed off and they're rallying behind Dave Portnoy. Those of you that don't know, runs Barstool Sports. I don't know how you don't know who he is, but him and Elon Musk have been firing everybody up, saying like, this is bullshit. We need to stop. Like Portnoy went out and did this whole video and said, when this all started, we all agreed to flatten the curve. You want us to stay home? Sure. You want us to wear masks? Sure. We got it. We're through it. We passed through the surge. The curve has been flattened. We're on the backside now. And now you're trying to say, well, no. We can't do anything until there's a cure. That wasn't the agreement at the beginning.
Flatten the curve.
The agreement at the beginning was flatten the curve. Like we went into like a little bit like a social agreement essentially. Like we're gonna allow, and a lot of people railed back against this a lot too, but the masses allowed a little bit of some unconstitutional shit to happen for the quote-unquote greater good, and the acknowledgement that it was going to be not permanent. Now all of a sudden, here we are. This is how it starts. Not to get too conspiracy on everybody here, but this is the beginning. This is the slippery slope that you can go down.
How do we rally against it?
Guns.
How do you?
No. We all need to get guns.
And what's that gonna do?
We need to go storm whatever town hall in Boston. That's what we need to do.
No, because we don't need town hall in Boston, because Boston's independent.
Capital city, whatever the fucking Capitol building in Massachusetts is. We're the governor's office. We need
So you mean the state capitol?
The state, yeah.
Okay.
The state house.
Okay.
We have to go to the state house with guns.
You heard it here first.
We have to march on the state house with guns. That's how we stop all this.
But like I know, because a lot of people are saying it's like, oh well, our founding fathers never would have stood up for this. Yeah, but that's because you could take a musket, go around.
Right.
Like, what are we gonna do? Overthrow the police?
Yeah. No.
What are we gonna do? Form a militia? Like, you ever hear of the Minutemen?
Yeah.
Or the 45-second men?
Yeah.
Plus, we have a bunch of guns and we're gonna rebel against the government now.
Right.
It's an ejaculation joke.
Yeah.
But like, that's my thing. It's like, as much as it fucking pisses me off, I almost feel like, what can I even do?
Right. So the one thing too is what you can do, which is sort of the unfortunate part because it's going to take time and it's spread out, is voting. So I had actually talked to this.
Am I gonna have to start voting?
Potentially. So I talked to Finn about this on the phone the other day, and if this is a political ploy, which I mean, I hope to God it's not, because you talk about like petty of the pettiest move. Like if Democrats are purposely trying to push this along to tank the economy to try and get rid of Trump,
Ain't working.
One, it's not working, and two, like, you're willing to destroy your country's economy just to have someone from your team sit on the big throne, like sit in the big chair.
It's gonna backfire.
It's gonna backfire.
It's gonna backfire.
And it's gonna be, they're so out of touch with people in real life that it's gonna blow up in their faces, and it's gonna be their worst case scenario. So they don't like free market stuff. Most of them. I don't want to say like all Democrats are against the free market.
The other thing
But
too is isn't
typically
I know we're a blue state, but isn't our governor Republican?
yes.
Okay.
He's a fake Republican though.
True.
He's a
Massachusetts Republican.
That's what they call. They're called Massachusetts Republicans. That was Mitt Romney.
So what are they? Just
like,
Democrats?
They're conservative Democrats. Yeah, they're like moderate Democrats.
So they should be people that meet in the middle.
Theoretically, yeah.
So actually, it
like
sounds
a
like
Massachusetts Republican should be someone that's level-headed.
And it sounds like, just like communism, sounds great on paper, right?
Right. Yeah.
Why is he fucking this whole thing up?
Yeah. Because he's taking money from somebody. All major politicians, like once you get past like state representative, like someone is paying for you to be in office essentially. Someone is donating a significant amount of money for your campaign to stay in office. And if you do something to piss off that person that donates that money, now that money's gone, and now you don't have enough money to post ads and do whatever you need to do for re-election, and now you can't get re-elected.
I did see, so the Democrats in the state, or our state reps,
Yeah.
the Democrats want to extend this thing out,
Yeah.
the stay-at-home order, so like no change. Like
Right.
nothing opens up tomorrow. It just goes till June 1st.
Yeah, did you see the thing Jerry Thornton said? That
Yeah.
I told you about that.
So I was reading the comments on Twitter, which
Yeah.
you know how we like doing that.
Oh yeah.
And someone goes, they go, House of Representatives in Massachusetts or in the state
Yeah.
are like entry level
It is. Yeah.
politician. They don't know anything.
No.
They don't know shit.
No.
So don't trust your state House of Representatives, because frankly, I could fucking run.
You could.
And if I talk to enough people,
kid we went to high school with has run multiple times for state rep.
I know someone who's running,
Yeah.
and
He
I
graduated with you and didn't win either time.
So I think
Ran
so.
twice.
I know someone who's running, and I don't know. I don't know if they had the election or if they didn't, or I don't know anything.
Yeah.
But he's young. Like he is young.
Yeah.
Now I like that. I think he's going for a career in politics.
Right.
But he's still in college. I think he's a little bit older, like a non-traditional student. But
Mhm.
like I think he's like 25 or less.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the person that's making the decisions.
Yeah. No thanks.
Fucking blow me.
Yeah.
I remember where I was at when I was 25.
Yeah. Same.
And as good as this kid is, because I think he is good.
Mm-hmm.
Not that I fucking know.
25 is the minimum age you have to be to run. So.
Okay. So he can't be older than 27.
Yeah.
Promise you that.
Yeah.
So that's the person.
Right.
That 11 of them. I know they're not all 11, but
They're not all 25, but yeah, no.
but they don't stick around. You're not a career state rep.
No, you're not really paying the bills.
No,
as a
I know.
fucking
There's two
state
people
rep.
from our high school that have run,
Yeah.
and I don't think they're doing politics.
No.
I think one does nonprofit and the other's a firefighter.
Yes.
Like,
yes.
fuck. If I was popular enough, I could run
Yeah.
and potentially get in.
Right. Right.
If I was popular enough and
You just have to be popular in that district.
That's it.
Yeah. So, and honestly, what you need, especially at the local level for a state rep level, you need a name. You need the last name.
Yep.
So, like, as long as you have, like, a famous last name.
Kennedy.
Yeah, if you're a Kennedy. Or, like, who is one of those guys, like DePaulo was, like, a sheriff in, like, Middlesex County for a long time. So, like, that, people, it's name recognition. You could not even be related to the guy. But
So,
like,
you know,
if you
just
have
run
the
as
same
Kennedy.
last name, yeah. So, like I was saying before we got
Yeah.
sidetracked, like, it's not that all Democrats hate, like, free market stuff, but, like, typically they're not really big fans of it. It's the free market that's going to kill them. So if all of these blue states like Massachusetts, California, fucking I don't know where else is super blue. Like I think Washington State, Washington D.C., New York. If they all stay closed, and all these other places like Texas and Florida and Georgia and and Tennessee and Oklahoma and all these places start opening up, people are just gonna leave. People are just going to leave the shitty states that are closed and go to the states that are open.
Yep.
And that's textbook. That is the free market. That is free market economics 101.
Yep.
Like, people will purchase things that they deem valuable, and people will go places they deem valuable, and they will leave the places that they deem unvaluable or invaluable, whatever the word is. And if all of these states remain closed, they now become less valuable.
And actually, our buddy over in New York is actually getting fucking crushed right now.
Cuomo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny because I asked you, I'm like, does he have any, if he runs for president, does he have any chance? And you said no.
Right.
I'm like, okay, well, I'm only going off betting odds. Because at the time, he had the second best betting odds. Mm-hmm. And, you know, might have been worth $5. But, wow, is he fucking up.
I have a conspiracy theory. It's not a real conspiracy theory, but I have a underlying theory. So I know partially the reason why we're not hearing a ton about politics is because everyone's talking about coronavirus. I don't know if it's on purpose or not. This part of it is a little bit conspiracy theory-esque. But like I think that the media, who's predominantly left-wing, doesn't want to focus on Joe Biden and how inept he is right now. They want to focus on coronavirus and how bad it is and how Trump's ruining the world.
Yep.
So that they think that people will just vote for Biden, which isn't, like I said, we already covered this, it's not going to work. But I also think part of the reason why people are super quiet about this is I think there is a better than slight chance that Biden isn't the nominee.
Is Hillary coming through the back door?
I think she might. I think it's either going to be her or they might try and fucking push Michelle Obama.
Ooh. See, that would be tough. Because Nikos was texting me the other day.
I think it's too soon. I don't think it would work. I don't think she has enough time. I think if she had decided she wanted to run last year and spent a year campaigning, I like her chances. Mainly because people just really like Barack.
Yep.
And they would just blindly vote for her because they like her husband.
Well, I think they like her too. Like she has done some good stuff.
Right, and she. No, I'm not.
And she's not.
I don't want to take away from her.
No, she.
But the uneducated voter is more likely to vote for Michelle Obama because they're like, oh well, when Barry was in, things were good. So like, let's get him back in the White House. Like he'll be the first man. Like he's still there. He'll still be making some decisions. Like he'll
How did that work for Bulldog?
No, I know. But like that's how like the uneducated voter might think.
I think the only difference though with her is, I think she has done enough good. Now I couldn't tell you what good she's done.
Yeah.
But if you say Michelle Obama, I'm like, oh, she's done some good shit.
Yeah.
Like for whoever.
Right.
So Nikos texted me, and he even said, he goes, dude, I think I'm going to actually vote this year, and Trump's going to get my vote. Because he just keeps giving black people free money.
Yeah.
He goes, he's going to win the black vote.
Right.
He wins the black vote, it's over.
Yeah.
So if that's how Nikos is thinking, I don't know if I don't...
Right.
He's nuts. I know he is.
Yeah.
He's one of our friends, so, you know, that just goes to show you like where he's at.
Right.
But if he's right...
Yeah. No, that's true.
Nah,
that is a really good point.
That has to play out, but...
Right. That's why I think that would be like a last-ditch effort for the Democrats to be like, we can't throw...
That's like Aaron Rodgers throwing up to Jeff Janis.
Yeah, like we can't throw creepy Uncle Joe out there. We have to do something. And I think they know that Hillary can't pull it off this time. Nope. And that's the thing. I think given enough time, I think Michelle Obama actually could. But if whenever the DNC is, I think it's like July or August.
Usually July.
I don't think that's enough time for her to like. actually campaign.
I would say,
and,
is she just gonna come out of the
talk.
woodwork?
That's what I mean.
Because I think a lot of people too are gonna look at it and be like, "Well, where did she come from?"
Right.
It's like, oh, some people would look at that as, oh, they're just throwing her out here based on last name.
Right.
They're throwing her out there, and last name, she is a minority, she is a woman, so it's like almost like bait and the hook, and then it's like, okay, well, can we start to hit on all these different some people will look like it's because it's the like we talk about, it's the swing states, it's the swing states, it's the swing people.
Right.
They're gonna see through that bullshit.
I would hope so.
The swing people, the true swing people, I think will. People who just vote blindly, you don't have to worry about.
Right.
Because that's all of it. Like, obviously, we know in Massachusetts it doesn't matter.
Right.
But for presidential or anything national.
Right.
But if someone actually needs convincing and can go either way, well, then they're gonna be paying attention.
Yeah.
Otherwise, their vote wouldn't matter.
Although we live in the second most Republican district in the state.
Yes, we do.
Plymouth County is the number one, I believe, in the 2016 election. I looked this up the other day on Wikipedia. In the 2016 election, I think Plymouth County voted 41% for Donald Trump, and Bristol County, which is where we're at, voted 38% or 37% for Donald Trump.
Yeah, well, look at where we are.
Right. But because of gerrymandering, I don't believe a true Republican will ever win a district in Massachusetts because they redistrict. So if you look at town by town, there will be a string of bunch of red towns.
Yeah.
But if you look at the district lines, they don't make sense.
No, they don't. They really don't make any sense.
That's gerrymandering. That's what that is. Politicians redraw districts to make sure that their party wins.
That's why, like, Middlesex County is that's where we grew up.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, so if you look at, do you know the spot I'm thinking of in Plymouth County? If you look at it.
Well, it's like Middleborough, Lakeville.
And then, like, halfway down on the left side of the thing, it just juts out randomly and then cuts back in. There's like a chunk that like sticks up.
Took it out.
Yeah, because it's like, well, why did you guys include that part? Like, I don't know. I think it's like Bridgewater or something is like part of those towns. But it's like, so if you put Bridgewater, West Bridgewater, East Bridgewater, that's pretty red. So if you kept those in Bristol County, would then Bristol County turn red? You know what I mean? It's like one of those things. But if you keep it in Plymouth County, then both of them stay blue. Like it's so fucking ridiculous. Yeah, I don't know if that's it.
I don't know. I tried looking up district.
So maybe the districts are different than counties.
Oh, I'm looking up districts, not counties.
So yeah, there's all kinds of shit there too. But that's gerrymandering. They just redraw lines to make sure their side wins. Yeah, it's all a bunch of bullshit. Yeah, see the little cut.
It's just a notch.
Yeah, there's just a little notch. Like, why the fuck is that there?
Yeah. Although, I mean, you could pretty much make Bristol and Plymouth just one.
Yeah. So, I don't know, but there's all kinds of shit there. I forget what we were talking about before. My semi-conspiracy theory that I don't think Joe Biden's going to end up being the candidate. I think they're going to try and sneak someone else in. Because I don't think they have faith in him. Or they know he's not going to win, and they want to take as much time covering coronavirus to keep the spotlight off of him.
Yeah, it's just...
Have you seen some of the speeches
from him
that he's given?
No.
He is legitimately incoherent.
No, that's what I like. I've seen some of that, and like he rambles, and
there was one. This is tough. Like, I'm paraphrasing him fucking up, so like it's super inaccurate. But one of them, he was trying to say like, "Thank God," but he was like, "I want to start out by having you on. We're having a great time here, and thank the creator and of all of this, and yeah, you know, and like that's literally like how he talks.
So what's more coherent? Joe Biden or Vinny on vacation?
Vinny on vacation.
That's so bad.
Because at least now we may be biased because we know Vinny and we know how he talks. So like we like speak Vinny, but for us it's Vinny. Like it's bad, dude. Like some of his shit is real bad. Like he's literally just saying words and he's not making sentences. And that's the guy that they want to fucking roll out to be the president.
Talk about a lose-lose situation.
Yeah. Talk about like that's the out of the like there was like 15 fucking people that were running. And you chose that fucking guy. That fucking guy.
They hate Bernie Sanders that much.
Yeah. And it's like you could have had Mayor Pete. Like you could have had Tulsi. Like they really fucked up. They're really out of touch because if they ran Tulsi Gabbard, she would have won, hands down. Like if you put her on a debate platform with Trump, she would run him up and down. She would run fucking circles around him. She is so intelligent, and he would try and do his thing that he does where like he makes up nicknames. He roasts you essentially.
Yes.
Anytime it's a presidential debate, he turns it into a roast.
It's a chirp.
It's like we should just have Jeff Ross mediate these presidential debates with Trump.
Gilbert Gottfried.
Yeah, like we need to just turn it into a roast because that's what it is. But like if he tried that shit with her, she would just fucking rip him. She would rip right through him. Like she is fucking good. And they fucked her. They're just fucking idiots. But it's fucking crazy. The whole world is falling apart. It's going to shit. I posted the other day on Sarcasm Speaks the sun is in solar minimum.
Yeah.
Which happened. So apparently, I read the whole article. So apparently there's solar cycles.
Okay.
They last an average of 11 years. So it's typically anywhere from 10 to 14 years, but they say the average cycle is 11 years.
Right, because the average of 10 and 14 is 12.
Yeah, yeah, whatever.
I'm following along.
Yeah. So they, it's like a wave. It's like trough, like peaks and troughs and shit like that. So right now we are hitting the bottom of the trough.
Okay. And
we are what's called the solar minimum, which means the sun is at very low activity levels. And it means that the amount of heat given off by the sun is going to be lower than typical. So they said in, I think 2013 was the last solar maximum.
Okay.
So right now we're in a solar minimum. And then, so again, they're predicting the next solar maximum to happen somewhere around 2025, I think.
Okay.
So they're saying like the last time, here's the two caveats. The solar maximum that happened in 2013 was actually the lowest solar maximum in like 100 years or something. And now they're saying that this solar minimum it has the potential to be the lowest solar minimum since like fucking 1830. And in that year, 1830, it snowed in July.
Where?
I don't know, it's just at some place, like in northern parts of the country.
Oh, in the U.S.?
Yeah.
Oof. I hope it snows in July. If that's not grounds for fucking killing yourself, I don't know what is.
Yeah, but could you imagine, on top of all of this whole fucking year, we get a fucking blizzard in July.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not putting much stock into that because
no,
the way the world is now, it's like you have to just make these outlandish like fucking statements. It's like, oh, it has the potential,
right?
Because
because it did
200 years
because
ago,
it happened once in 1830.
Yeah, 200 years ago it happened.
Right.
So we'll probably do for it.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Yeah. Well, that's the other thing too. Like the whole global warming argument. It's like the same thing. The world temperature goes in cycles, and it gets hot for a little bit, and then it goes down for a little bit, and then it gets hot. We're just on an upswing right now. But like everyone is like It's us. We're destroying the world. It's global warming. Everything is melting. The ice is melting. It's us. It's our fault. It's like they have like extreme like Catholic guilt. They're like the world is melting because it's us. It's our fault. It's like no, this is what the world does.
Climate change started the coronavirus.
Yeah, it's like
breaking news.
The world has been changing temperatures for millions of years. Like, do you remember this thing when you learned in history class called the Ice Age?
No.
Yeah, that's when things were really fucking cold. And then you know what happened? It got warmer.
Yeah, global warming.
Were there any people around running cars back on the fucking Ice Age? Their carbon emissions that heated up the fucking world?
What was the Neanderthal carbon footprint pre-Ice Age?
Exactly. And it all fucking melted because it got warmer. And then it went through a period where it got colder. And now we're in a period where it's just getting warmer again. There's so many factors that go into like global temperature. To think, it's also very narcissistic to think that like we have that much effect.
We're not that important.
On the world. Like we're really not that important.
No.
Like humans as a species are just pretty fucking narcissistic, like in general.
Yeah, well, they all think they're better than they are.
Yeah.
You are nothing.
It's our fault. Well, like, not really.
Is it though?
Yeah. Like, there's so many statistics out there that like, that's the vegan thing. That's the vegan argument. Cow farts are causing global warming. That's why vegans say we need to stop eating meat, because by having a high demand on meat consumption, we have to have more cows, and when cows fart, it's methane gas that goes up into the atmosphere, and then it creates global warming. So that's why vegans are anti-cow.
Don't flatter yourself. The cows aren't that important.
It's cows. No, they're not.
They're probably more important than us.
But that's what I mean. There's so many different facets to the argument. Like, people pick one little thing, and they're like, this is the reason why it's happening. It's like, no. We don't live in a vacuum here. There's, like, 150 different factors that go into, like, the temperature of the Earth. Like, stop.
No, the only thing that matters is, like, the last 6 years.
Yeah, exactly. We all need to have electric cars. There was something else too. I forget what it was. I lost it. I didn't write it down. But there was something really funny about global warming. About like going on right now too. I forget.
Is it getting better or worse?
I don't know, to be honest. Well, I would assume this year. So this is the other thing too. If we're in a solar minimum this year, naturally our temperatures should be lower, right? Because there's less activity from the sun, so the sun is less hot, which means we're going to be less warm. So if this coronavirus thing goes through and like everyone stays home, and then next year when they retroactively go back and look at everything, they're going to be like, oh, everyone stayed home for 6 months, and look at that, the temperature went down. We curved global warming. It's like, no, you stupid fucks. Like, you told us that it was a solar minimum. You said it was going to happen anyway. You said we might get fucking snow in July. Like...
Yeah, well, that's not like, that's already not gonna happen.
Yeah.
No, it was definitely everyone staying home, because,
Oh, I can't wait. That's definitely going to be the thing next year.
How do we remember that?
Oh, I don't know. We'll have to bookmark this episode.
Set a reminder in your phone from 1 year from today.
Go back and listen to episode 146. So the other thing too is like the world going fucking wild or whatever is so in one of our trips to Home Depot the past week, we've
been going much less frequently.
We have, but we're driving down our street and we passed a man who was approximately 50 years old, and he was riding a scooter.
You talking Razor?
Down the street, yes.
Dude, Razor scooter.
A Razor scooter was riding a scooter down the street. I think we've hit peak, like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
We have 50-year-olds out on Razor scooters.
And what happened on the way home from that Home Depot trip? Infants just running wild.
Shit.
Remember that?
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah.
On a street where we live kind of like in the woods a little bit, like it's a long fucking street, but it's not a main road per se. It sees a little bit of traffic, but not really. And like because of that, people fly down our road. Like, people going like 40, 45, like, just ripping down that fucking street. To the point where, like, they usually have cops hanging out on one of the corners, and, like, for a little while, they put one of those radar things in there to tell people to slow down.
Yep.
That's back.
And right before
a blind turn,
there's, I don't know, the girl was probably like 6 or 7.
at most.
This
kid was like 2.
This kid was 2 or 3.
He was running around with fucking a diaper and a fucking binky in his mouth.
Literally on the yellow line.
Yes.
He was running on the yellow line in the middle of the fucking road.
Did you see any parents? Because I didn't see any parents.
Didn't see any.
I didn't see any parents.
No parents.
And I don't know.
It was being supervised by a 7-year-old. Never before. That was the first time where, like, not the first time, but that was one of the times also where I felt really old. Like, I felt like slowing down and yelling out the window to, like, get on the sidewalk. Like, that's such an old person thing to do, but, like...
There's no sidewalk.
I know, but, like, get off the road.
Yeah.
That's the other thing, too. There's no sidewalk. Yeah. It's a back road.
I mean, unless the sidewalk is not a yellow line.
But, like, get out of the road.
Yeah. Fucking kid.
What are you doing?
And this infant almost ran into the car.
Yes. I had to slow. I was probably going a little fast. I was probably going between 35 and 40.
Yeah, but we saw the kid.
And I saw the kid.
We slowed down.
Yeah, to like 7 miles an hour.
And the kid still almost jumped in front of the car.
Yeah. I was like, what the fuck? What is going on?
It's like Elf. Watch out for the yellow ones. They'll hit you. Like...
It's so weird. Like, yeah, and then like I said, there's no parents.
No, so the only thing that I saw 2 people walking down the hill. But they were probably...
That's pretty far behind.
They were probably like 500 feet behind these kids.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was their kids either, though. That's the only thing. I don't know where the fuck these kids came from.
No. No idea. What the fuck are you doing running in the middle of the street?
I don't know.
Like I said, that really made me feel old. Where I literally wanted to yell at kids to get out of the fucking street.
You could have pulled a big Jim Murray.
You motherfucker, get out of the fucking street!
He's swearing at fucking 6 to 10-year-olds.
Yeah, that was a great story.
Swore at 6 to 10-year-olds? Yeah, how else are they gonna learn?
Yeah, they gotta hear it eventually. You gotta teach them about life. If they're not gonna hear it from their parents, why not hear it from me?
You know what, though? I bet if you did yell at the kids, somehow the parents would have just shown up.
Yeah.
And then they'd start yelling at you.
Right.
And then it would be real fucking ugly.
Oh, yeah.
How the fuck did you stay out of special ed letting your kids run around a fucking main road?
Right. How do you still have your kids?
Yeah. You're lucky I don't fucking call DCF.
Yeah, I'll drop a line real quick. I know the office.
Almost out of spite, I will call TCF.
Yeah.
Fucking 2-year-old running in the middle of the road.
Right. Like, what are you doing? Ugh. And it's not like it's on a big road with a sidewalk and the kids just...
busy enough, dude.
No, I'm saying if there's just 2 kids running unsupervised on a sidewalk...
No problem.
Yeah, it's like, oh shit, dude, where are their parents? But like, at least they're on the sidewalk, at least like whatever. Like, you can rationalize it. Running in the middle of the road when you're 7 and 3, no, that doesn't fly. Yep. I'm not cool with that. Like, that's how kids die. Like, the kid's gonna get fucking run over.
Yep.
So, the whole fucking world, dude. Fuck this. And then, so the other thing I saw online was people were bitching about a COVID surcharge on their receipt. So someone posted this on like Twitter or something, and it's been reposted and retweeted and fucking ripped apart, whatever. Some people are for it, some people against it. But the gist of it is, it's someone screenshotted their receipt for takeout.
Okay.
At a restaurant, and it had their subtotal, and it was like, $39, and it was tax, whatever, and then COVID surcharge, and it was like $2.20, and the whole total ended up being like $48.50. The person that screenshotted it and posted it to social media was bitching about that, saying, I can't fucking believe they're charging COVID surcharges now. What the fuck? Like, what's going on? So my initial thought, I stopped and actually thought about it for a second. Because initially I was like, yeah, that's kind of fucked up, right? Like, who just does that? And then I stopped and was like, well, wait a second. Number one, if it's a local restaurant, they're probably hurting right now. And like, that could be the way that they have to keep their doors open. Like, they're a small business that, like, that, if they charge $2.20 for every order, like, that might go towards, like, keeping their fucking lights on. And if that's what it is, fuck it, man. I'm cool with that. Like, that's fine with me. The other thing is, you're getting takeout. You're choosing to pay for takeout. What's an extra fucking $2?
I am not on the same page as you on this one, because my thing is, if $2.20 or say 5%,
yeah,
7%, whatever it is enough to keep you guys afloat, me personally, when I see that receipt, that's gonna fucking piss me off. If you raise your prices 7%, I don't care. I really don't.
Right.
With takeout too, me personally, I look at it like, I know fucking times are tough. I would never tip on takeout, ever.
Yeah.
I have tipped on every takeout order I've gotten.
Right.
Because I know...
But you're also not a shitbag.
I know times are tough.
Right.
I would rather give you a tip. If you want to raise prices accordingly, go ahead. I want the pizza. I'm buying the fucking pizza.
I'm still going to get the pizza.
If the pizza went from $18 to $19, I don't give a fuck.
Right. I'm still going to buy it.
I really don't. I'm still going to buy it.
Right.
And I'm still going to tip you. A COVID surcharge pisses me off. Because it's one of those things like, oh, well, you know, it just looks like shit. Because it's like, oh, we're charging you because we're hurting you. Yeah, but like, you are providing the goods.
Right.
Set your prices accordingly. It's like the fucking Easton tax.
Yeah.
And I know it's only because they're in East. Like, again, I know times are tough, and I know people are fucking hurting. But that's the thing with like especially takeout. If it was a COVID surcharge on hand sanitizer, we're talking a different story.
Yeah.
But my thing is, raise your prices a little bit. If you need more money, and
honestly, it's probably just an easier thing to add on because you might have to go into the computer system and change.
I personally think, and this is as a small business owner, I think that looks like shit.
Yeah.
Especially when, depending on the place, I mean, it's a couple bucks. Just fucking tie it in. Like, figure out what your best sellers are. Add a couple bucks to it.
Right.
And that should cover it.
Right.
Because it for me, like the COVID surcharge, immediately I'm like, dude, that's fucking, like, dude, we're all fucking feeling this shit.
Right.
Like, every single fucking person's feeling this shit. So where does it end?
Right. No, I get it. It is sloppy. It's a shortcut.
But especially with the takeout thing.
But it could be a way for them to also kind of guarantee a tip on takeout. Because, like I said, you and I agree with you. If I go and get takeout, I don't fucking tip. But anytime I'm going out right now, I tip on takeout. But like, we're not total shitbag people. So like, some people might go out and still not tip on takeout.
No, and that's fine.
There are people that don't tip at a regular fucking sit-down restaurant.
And there's a place in hell for them too.
Right.
But I think it'll be like behind me or in front of me. I don't know. Maybe I'm the one kicking their chair. But no, I don't like a COVID surcharge on like a takeout.
Yeah. Because
if you're running your business, it's almost like, again, where does it stop? I know this is a national pandemic, but like, what if my business, I lost like a bunch of clients 1 month, and then I tie in a lost client surcharge. We're hurting for money, so we need more. No, you just raise prices. Right. That's how it works.
Right. You
raise prices. You don't piss anybody off. Even if I'm 1%, I swear to God, if I went to a place and there was a COVID surcharge on takeout, because I mean well, I'll pay whatever the fuck. I don't care what the fucking cost is.
Right.
I want the food that I'm ordering.
Right.
I'm gonna leave you a tip.
Mm-hmm.
I know some people aren't, but guess what? People are shitbags.
Right.
That would actually kind of piss me off. and I may think about not going back to that place.
Yeah.
Because
but I mean,
that's not
honestly, you would have every right to do that too.
But that's not. I just don't think that's a good way to. I just don't think that's good business practice. The way, like when our costs go up or we're not generating a lot of revenue, what we do is raise prices.
See,
add value, things like that.
I honestly didn't even think of it like that.
Yeah.
I thought of it like the way I said. Like, I get it. Like,
so,
you need money, and that's fine.
Yeah,
but they could have done exactly what you said.
Exactly.
Like, if all their pizzas cost $17,
they're $18.
Now they're $18, $19.
Yes.
Just do it that way.
Yep. Or
like a sub is $12, now it's 13.
Or it's like, hey, minimum order. I'm good with minimum orders too.
Right.
Like,
right.
But if like the average order is say like $12, because you sell like a sub, whatever.
Make the minimum order 15.
Yeah, $15, $20. Yeah. Minimum order.
Yeah.
And it's like, because I feel bad. People are like running out to cars and like people are fucking like people are doing shit. And
people in the food industry are actually doing.
And that's why I tip, because I know some places don't tell you where the tips are going.
Right. But
some places, all the tips collected go to paying people for lost time, servers, bartenders, whatever.
Right.
Because you may have a server is now the food runner. Right. Instead of paying her like the $3 and then tips, you just give her a real fucking wage. Right. Give her $20 an hour or something, like whatever it is. Mm-hmm. But no, a COVID surcharge, dude, we're all dealing with that. Yeah. You're not fucking special. Raise your prices. Do it the right way. The same way if someone comes in and steals my squat racks, I'm not gonna do like a theft protection surcharge. No. Do it the way we always do. Get more customers, raise prices, add value, whatever you need to do. Get creative. Yeah. It's fucking lazy. I think that's what pisses me off. It is lazy. Because if I was a restaurant, I can raise price on my items. I can put in a minimum order. I can just make it clear, like, hey, we're using tip money to pay all of our staff that's out of work right now. Would you like to leave a tip? Right. Like, whatever. Yeah. Fuck off. Yeah. Fucking surcharge.
But so the person ended up getting roasted.
Really?
Yeah. Because people. Really? So I think it was people generally. So so now that you've articulated that, I agree with you. Yeah. I think it is a lazy way to go, but I still, at the core principle, I think you agree also with me that like to get more money in, fine, I don't care.
Places are hurting, I'll give you
whatever
more
you're trying to get more money from, fine. Yeah. Like you said, I still want the pizza. Yeah. If the pizza costs $17 or it costs $19,
I don't give a shit.
I'm still gonna get the fucking pizza.
Yeah, like last night, if my order was $68 and not $64. Yeah. I don't care.
I don't really care.
I wanted what I wanted, so I got it.
Right. So, yeah, so I think most of the people were like pissed off at the person that posted it, saying like, how are you, like, you just want the small business to close, like you don't want to support. Yeah. So it was like that.
Yeah, okay, angle. So
it was that
where I came in hot. I disagree with you. This is how I would do it. That person obviously didn't do that. They were like, oh, this is bullshit. Right. Cool. Right. So what's your fucking solution?
Exactly. Yeah. They didn't have an alternative. Yeah. But I'm sure if you had posted that and you had said your argument, everyone would be like, yeah, no, that makes sense.
No, if this is social media, someone would have said you're still an ass.
Yeah, no, that's
true. Fuck you.
Yeah. Fuck you, I hope your kids die.
You're still an asshole.
Then you can come back. You can come back and be like, joke's on you, I don't have kids.
Don't plan on having it anytime soon. Fuck your kids.
That seems to always be people's go-to. When they like really hate someone. They're like, oh, I hope your kids fucking die. It's like, how are you gonna say that to someone?
Brutal.
That's terrible. That's like the worst fucking thing you could probably say.
Hope your kid runs down a double yellow line on a busy street.
Oh man. I think the other thing, so my favorite thing, actually, that I found out in the last week of the whole coronavirus thing, and is everyone wearing masks everywhere and all the time. The masks aren't made to be worn like 12, 13, 14 plus hours a day.
I saw landscapers wearing masks today. And I'm like, A,
Yeah.
that's fucking brutal.
That's terrible.
2, why?
Yeah.
And 3, I go, that's not how that's supposed to work.
So I've seen a few people post about this. And I think at least 2 of them are healthcare professionals. And they're talking about when people are starting to wear masks for extended periods of time, they're getting carbon dioxide poisoning. And people are getting sick and passing out. And I think at least a small handful of people have actually died from this, from carbon dioxide poisoning. Because having the mask so close to your face for such a long amount of time, the air you breathe out, hey, this is basic fucking 8th grade biology here. We breathe in oxygen and we breathe out carbon dioxide. It's more complicated than that, but like for the 8th grade science level, that's what we'll see.
You're not going to get into a gas exchange?
Oh, the 84% of the air is actually nitrogen? Yeah, it's fine. But whatever.
No, it's 100% off.
Yeah. So, if that was the case, you would light a match and the whole world would blow up.
Nope. No, it wouldn't. We just breathe it. Oh, that'd be nice right now.
That would
be
great.
fucking awesome.
But it wouldn't work because we're in a solar minimum anyway. we
enough.
wouldn't have any solar flares. So you breathe in oxygen, you breathe out carbon dioxide. For all intents and purposes.
Yeah, to simplify it.
When you have the mask on that's super close to your face for a really long time, the air you're breathing out that's predominantly carbon dioxide is staying close to your face. It's not actually blowing away from you. So now when you rebreathe that next breath, there's a higher concentration of carbon dioxide in that air. So you do that for an extended period of time, and now all of a sudden, your carbon dioxide levels in your blood are going to skyrocket. And people are starting to get headaches, and they're getting dizzy, and they're fucking passing out. And like I said, some people have actually died because they're wearing their masks like 24/7. Like, these things are not supposed to be worn all the time.
We're not supposed to be wearing
Massachusetts law, that they waited until May 6th to fucking go out, that we already railed on in a previous episode, states that when social distancing is not possible, you are required to wear a mask. The law doesn't actually say you have to wear a mask.
Yeah. Well, some people are fucking this up too, though, because it's easy to fuck up. Because like even like the ticker in Mansfield goes, first of all, it says, I quote, "Wear a mask in public, you must." I don't know why they worded it like that.
Well, then afterwards is a picture of Yoda.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
I didn't see Yoda.
Yeah.
Anyway, but wear a mask in public. People aren't gonna see that and be like, "Oh, I'm going for a walk. Gotta wear a mask." It's like,
Right.
no.
It's the worst thing you can do. Go for a walk, because now you're breathing more. You're breathing heavier on a walk. Like, they're not...
I'm telling you, man, fucking... There's gotta be a way to sue for having to wear masks.
Yeah. I bet you.
Like, if you work...
The people that have died...
If you're a laborer...
Oh, yeah.
If you're a laborer and you have to wear a mask, it's like...
Yeah.
No.
It's ridiculous. Like, anytime... Yeah, like if you're breathing heavy and you're breathing into that mask.
I'm just thinking the landscapers I saw.
Right. Right.
You fucking kidding me?
And you know, the other thing, too, is we've talked about this before, but it's like, you know what? Hey, I mean, I know the rest of the country, it's just kind of nice, especially down south, but it's around here in New England, next week's Memorial Day, you know what people aren't going to do once it's 75 degrees and higher? Is wear fucking masks all the time.
No, they're not.
Get the fuck out of here. You think I'm wearing
Too
a mask
fucking hot.
when it's fucking 80 degrees in June? You can get fucked. Because especially around here with the fucking humidity. It's not like Arizona, you know. It's not a dry heat. Well, yeah, it's 110 degrees, but you know, it's a dry heat.
It only feels like 92.
That's my favorite thing, too, when people say that. Well, in New England, it's fucking humid as fuck. So when it's 86 degrees and it's like 80% humidity and you go outside and you're walking in soup.
It's oppressive, dude.
Yeah, you're like breathing soup. And it's like, what the fuck is this? I am not wearing a fucking mask.
You know what people... So it's the difference between a steam room and a sauna.
Oh, yeah.
Have you ever heard someone call a sauna not warm?
No.
It's still warm.
It's still warm. There's a reason why also saunas can get up to 180 to 200 degrees, and steam rooms are typically like 140.
Yep.
Because it can't be that hot when there's that much moisture in the air. You will die. You will, essentially, you're turning yourself into boiled chicken. That is what's happening. If you're in 100% humidity and it's 180 degrees or 200 when that water starts to boil, you're turning yourself into boiled chicken.
I'm fucking boiled chicken.
But yeah, so that's another thing too that's kind of fucked up. That like people just they haven't figured it out. Like people are legitimately dying now because they're wearing a mask all the time. The best thing too is when you drive by someone in the street and all the windows are up in their car but they have the mask on.
What?
And I guarantee you recently, like I said, in New England, it's been nice the last week. It's been around 70 plus degrees. I guarantee you they have their air conditioning on. You're not sitting in a car when it's 75 degrees outside with your air conditioning off. So if your AC is on, where do you think that air from the AC is coming from, you fuck?
It comes from the air conditioner.
It comes from the outside.
No, the air conditioner produces it itself.
Like, oh no, I can't have my windows open. The coronavirus might come in. You stupid fuck. Even if your AC is off, air still circulates through the vents.
Nah.
You ever drive your car on the highway when you're doing 70 miles an hour and you put your hand in front of the fucking vents but the AC's off and air's coming out of the vent? It's air circulating through the fucking vent system, you stupid fucks.
I don't know, dude. I don't know if that's how it works. If you're in the car, like, you're completely safe.
The air comes from a vacuum. It's fine.
It comes from the air.
Yeah, no, there's air filters in the car. They filter out.
No. The air conditioner creates its own air.
Yeah, it's more oxygen. It takes the 100% oxygen from the air.
Yeah. My car doesn't give off it doesn't give off carbon dioxide, so I think I'm good.
Yeah.
Maybe your air is not 84% nitrogen. Not my air. I have an air maker.
Hashtag not my air. Oh, I fucking hate people so much.
I hated people before this.
Now I really hate people.
Yeah, I do.
I hate this is funny. So, when I was playing golf, I went to Pine Oaks on yesterday was Saturday. So, I'm golfing, and also, like, I golfed Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Yep.
Didn't wear a mask anytime. No one said anything. Obviously, you're not required.
You don't have to.
You're not required to wear a mask on the golf course.
Nope.
There were people out on all three courses. I played 3 different courses: Thursday, Friday, Saturday. All 3 different courses had people on the course wearing masks.
My fucking favorite.
What are you doing?
People at my course are wearing masks from like the parking lot to like the first
Yes,
tee.
the kid I played with on Friday, really nice kid, young kid, but like super paranoid, and he was wearing a mask up to the first tee, and I wasn't wearing a mask, and he had one on. And we just started talking. We shoot the shit. Like I said, he ended up being a cool kid. Like we had a good time. We played 9 holes. So he was a nice guy. I enjoyed it. And after we teed off and we're walking down, he was like, "Are they like checking masks or anything?" And I was like, "No, man, you're not required to wear one on the course." He was like, "Wait, really?" I was like, "Yeah, like they don't care. It's just staff." And he goes, "Oh shit, all right." So like he takes it off and he goes, "That's so much fucking better, man. Like I was dreading playing 9 holes with a mask on." He goes, "I'm really glad you weren't wearing one and you said something." And I was like, "Yeah, it's cool, man, whatever." And then, but then, you know how Riverbend like doubles back after 7 and then 8 and 9 are down there?
Yep.
So like after the 7, walking past the clubhouse, he like turns around, like ruffles through his bag, gets his mask, puts his mask on to walk by the clubhouse. And then like we get towards the 8th tee and he takes his mask off and puts it back in the bag. And I'm like, dude, what?
He really thought he was gonna get in trouble.
You thought, yeah, like
He really thought he was gonna get in trouble.
yeah. He thought someone was gonna say something. Meanwhile, I'm a fucking asshole just walking around no mask all the time.
No,
anyway.
so my favorite thing is people.
But so this was my thing. So Saturday after I play, again, Massachusetts law, golf courses are open. You're not required to wear a mask on the course. I get back and there's people. There's I would assume a husband and a wife because they're middle-aged, sitting on their tailgate of like a Ford Explorer. And they have the fucking tailgate open. They're just sitting there, whatever, waiting for their tea time. Parked directly next to me. So I go up. They both have masks on.
Yeah.
So I go and I fucking pop my trunk. I go. I take my golf shoes off. I start doing whatever, and I just overhear them. And the husband turns to the wife and he goes, "I can't believe people are out here without masks." And she goes, "Yeah, it's just they're so inconsiderate." And they're like kind of talking softly, but like loudly enough that like I can hear, like on purpose. And then the husband goes, "Yeah, like this kid right here, like where's his fucking mask?"
I would have said something.
And I stopped. And I go, "Do I want to do this right now?" I literally had a contemplation, like I had a quick conversation with myself in my head.
My fucking blood is boiling right now sitting here.
And I go, it's 9 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday. I was like, this is not how you want to start your day. Like I just played I played fucking great. I had an awesome 9 holes. I hit the ball. I fucking smashed it around. Didn't lose one ball. Made a birdie. Like I played really fucking well. Was out at 7:30, and I was back and I was done back in the parking lot like around like 9:15ish. So I'm like, it's 9 o'clock on a Saturday morning. Do you really want to do this right now? And I go, no. So I bite my tongue, but what I started to do was I moved extra slow. And I did one of those where like I put my bag in the trunk and then I was like, ah, shit. And I go and I take my bag back out of the trunk and then I grab something out of it. And then they're still talking and I go and then I grab something else out of my bag. And then I walk around to the passenger side of the car. And then I walk back to the bag and I go back in the trunk and I put something else there. And then I get my phone, I put that in my pocket. And then I go and then as soon as I close my trunk, I go, and then I get in my fucking car and I leave.
Oh, dude, there's so many passive-aggressive ways to handle that, too.
If anyone was watching me, they would have been like, is this kid retarded? Like, yes. It's taking him 7 minutes to put his bag in his fucking trunk and, like, get his shoes off. And then I gave them a cough as soon as I fucking... And they were parked on my driver's side, too. So they were
right next to you?
They were right next to me. They were a parking space away.
Funny.
And it's literally close the trunk, slam, and then it'll go sit in my car, and then leave.
Oh, that would have made me so fucking mad.
Fuck you, you fucking cock-sucking piece of shit.
That might have been it. That might have been enough to make me, especially there.
I'll tell you what, if I played like shit, I would have lost it. I was just in a great mood because I played so well.
Yeah, see, if I was at my course, I wouldn't be able to do that. It would be more of like a, hey man, I'm right here.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah. You got a fucking problem?
I go, hey man, I'm right here. If you don't like something, you can talk to me, not just like, mutter over your, like, I'm right here.
Right.
Let me know. My number's on like the thing. If you want to give me a call because you didn't like something, you let me know.
Yeah.
Like, but if I was there, I'm like, fuck, I'm never gonna see these people again.
Oh yeah. I actually play there quite a bit too, so I was like,
still,
there were a few factors that
I've played there a million times.
Yeah.
And it was very rare that I saw the same person twice.
That's true too. Yeah.
My thing, I would have just been like, I've been like, are you guys out of your minds?
Yeah.
Like, are you two okay?
Right.
I'm right here.
Yeah.
I go, first of all, you two aren't even supposed to be sitting here.
Right.
So what the fuck are you two doing?
Right. You're supposed to be.
Governor said you're supposed to be in the car.
Yeah.
Not opening the fucking tailgate, having a fucking picnic out here. Where's the grill? We making burgers? I got some in the car. Like, fuck.
Yeah.
So fuck you two, because A, you don't know what the fuck you're supposed to do sitting in the car. Sit in your car.
Right.
Not kind of like out and about.
Not sitting on your fucking rear bumper.
2, you don't have to wear the fucking masks.
Yeah.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Fucking masks, man.
Oh,
Everyone's so fucking smart because they wear a mask. Oh, I put a mask on. I'm fucking Albert Einstein.
Yeah.
I invented the fucking telephone and the question mark.
And the wrap sandwich.
And the wrap sandwich. Like, outlandish fucking claims. So inconsiderate. Yeah, well, I'm a fucking huge piece of shit.
Let me tell you, buddy.
You could call me a fucking cunt and I would agree with you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Inconsiderate.
Yeah.
Well, hey, I guess if I'm inconsiderate, I guess I'll fucking call you out right now.
Yeah, yeah. You're right, actually. I am inconsiderate.
You know what? I am
Hey,
inconsiderate. I'm inconsiderate of your feelings because fuck you two.
Do you want to see how inconsiderate I actually am? Oh, man. That
See,
was...
now I say all that, what I probably would have said is, you two just don't get it, and I would have gotten in my car and left.
Yeah.
Like, you two have no idea what you're talking about.
Right, right. Yeah, I thought I got him pretty good with the fake cough.
That's pretty funny. That's a real prick move.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man. I'm a huge piece of shit.
Yep. I'm gonna go right into final thoughts because I
Yeah.
know it's about that time.
Yeah, I was
So,
gonna ask you.
related to this type of shit,
Yeah,
the snitch culture is fucking pissing me the fuck off.
yeah.
The snitch culture we're in is fucking pissing me off. And I know in LA,
LA.
LA,
Have you ever been to LA?
I know they were like putting out rewards for like snitching.
Yeah.
Like who's not wearing that? Blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah. It's now even fucking worse. So golf opened up a week ago. And in that time, 8 golf courses have been shut down. 8 courses have been shut down because they're not playing by the governor's rules.
Right.
Okay.
Which there were 19, 18 rules? Like the mass golf thing?
I don't know
like
how
the
many there
rules.
were, but like there was okay. So
There was a good amount of rules.
There's some stuff for the clubs and there's some stuff for the golfers.
Right. Right.
So in he put it on the clubs.
Right.
The courses are in charge of enforcing the rules.
Right.
Okay. So, and it happened at my course too. And so we got an email on Friday morning, and it was like, hey, so we've gotten notice that 8 courses in the state have been shut down because they haven't been playing by the rules. You guys can't have any gatherings. Last Friday there was a gathering outside the new clubhouse. Everyone brought their own chairs, everyone brought their own beer. I actually saw it,
Yeah.
so that's how I know the details. Members have been suspended for that.
Right.
And the president said, your first offense is 2 weeks, your second offense is a month. We don't think that that's a harsh penalty because if you're the reason that we get shut down,
Yeah.
there really probably isn't a penalty harsh enough for that.
Right. Right. And that's completely 100% spot on.
Yes. They go, we don't believe that's a harsh penalty. Go the fuck home. Don't be here early. You're not supposed to
Right.
gather.
We lost 8 weeks of the fucking golf season.
Yes. Go
Like-
the fuck home. You don't need to drink with someone in the parking lot that badly, because that's the
Right.
other thing.
Right.
So, what I find out, one of the courses that was spoken to was because golfers were leaving their cars too early. So it wasn't that there was a massive gathering. Golfers were leaving their cars too early. Okay, against the rules.
Right.
And right now, to have golf, I'm all about playing by the rules.
Yeah, absolutely. Same.
Because we can play, couple concessions, sure.
Right.
Someone called the Board of Health in the town of Easton, fuck Easton, and I work in Easton. Someone called the Board of Health
Yeah.
and said, golfers are leaving their cars too early.
That's fucking
Who
ridiculous.
does that?
Yeah.
No golfer would do that,
No.
because we like golf.
Right.
We want the course to be open.
Right.
Someone with nothing fucking better to do is going around getting just looking for fucking trouble.
Yeah.
They are looking for fucking trouble. And
Could you imagine, like I know we joke around, like, oh, I hate my life, like, whatever, all that shit. Could you imagine, like, we hate ourselves. Could you imagine the level of hate and disdain that you have to have for yourself and for, like, society in general, that you think that your job is to get in your car and drive to a local golf course
find out if they're violating
and
what
find
they're
out
supposed
if
to be
they're
doing.
violating that. And oh, by the way, you don't work for the Department of Public Health.
No.
You're probably out of work, or you're probably retired and
Yep.
fucking bored.
And the way that golf course is set up, people who live on the road can't see what's happening to that detail.
Right. Right.
Because you would not know unless you pulled in and sat there and watched.
Yeah.
Because you would also have to see that group getting out of their cars and walking early wasn't the next group up. You would have to know that.
Right.
And how the fuck would you? Unless you went in there, sat there, and took fucking notes.
Right.
That's where we're at as a fucking culture. It's fucking terrifying.
That is awful.
Like,
that is bullshit.
In that, like, so this is where almost the Board of Health. So it's like the Board of Health they're put in a really tough spot because it's their job to enforce.
Right.
But it's like, dude, you almost have to like not respond to tattling. Like,
right.
If some,
or it's one of those like you get a phone call and they're like, hey, I want to report, Easton Country Club or whatever, and they're just like, yep, all right, cool, I'll go check it out. You just hang up the phone and then just sit back down.
Or you hang up the phone. You give Easton a call. Hey.
Right.
Someone just called me.
Get your shit together.
Get your shit together.
Yeah.
I'm gonna come out there today. You don't go out there today. You go in 2 days.
Right.
I'm gonna come out later today. Just make sure everything's good.
Yeah.
2 days later, you show up. Look around. Hey, everything looks good around here. Keep it up.
Right.
I might be back in like a week. You don't come back in a week. You come back in 2.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe.
If you go back.
And in the meantime, if you get another call about Easton Country Club, yep, nope, we handled that.
Yeah.
Took care of it. I'm on it.
Yeah, but they did it again.
Yep, I'm on it.
Yeah, cool. All right, cool. Thanks.
Yeah, it's one of those like, hey, I can't run to Easton Country Club every time you call.
Right. Right. It's like Brookline.
They were the, and I said this to you in the car.
Yeah.
It makes me really appreciate Brookline because they were calling 911 about dumb shit before it was fucking cool.
Yeah.
So now they are the OG, needless phone calls to the city, town, police, whatever.
Yeah.
They've been doing it before it was cool, before it was trendy, and before it was in.
Yeah. If
Good
anyone,
on that.
Any local guys listen to like there's a sports show, 98.5 The Sports Hub, the morning show, Toucher and Rich. They do a segment called, I think it's Brookline 11.
Brookline 911.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Because Brooklyn 99 was the
TV show.
The TV show. So I think it's Brookline 911.
Okay. And then it's just like they play recordings of like stupid shit. So like one of them was like someone called because someone was in a park across the street with a dog that wasn't on a leash. Like they called 911 and said that there's someone in the park across the street from my house and the dog's not on a leash.
Yeah, they're the type of people that call because there's a fine if you walk a dog in the cemetery.
Yeah.
You call every time a dog walks in the cemetery.
Yeah, but like the other thing too is like they're not calling the main line to the police.
They're calling
department.
911.
They're dialing 911. It's like go fuck yourself there. But yeah, so that's Brookline. That's the gist of that whole thing.
But they were doing it before it was cool.
Yeah, because Toucher and Rich have been doing that segment for like a year and a half.
Yeah.
All right, so my final thought is I'm stealing another one from Barstool Sports, an Answer the Internet one that they post sometimes. So it is a would you rather. Would you rather never be able to get off again, or have the feeling you have to shit for the rest of your life?
That's a tough one.
Wait, hold on. So wait, it's a would you rather.
Would you rather never be able to
get
get off, or have the feeling you have to shit for the rest of your life?
How bad? Is this like a run to the toilet?
No, it's just you feel like you have to shit.
I'm not getting off ever again.
Because I thought this was pretty hard. I sent this to Matt, my buddy. We were both like, dude, that's so hard. Until Saturday. Where, when I teed off on the first hole yesterday, I was like, uh-oh, I gotta take a shit. I was like, this isn't good. So I get to the second hole, and I'm like, oh, fuck. The way the second hole is constructed, like, people were spread out enough, and there's a hill. Like, I was really contemplating going and squatting and taking a shit behind the tee box on the second hole of the fucking golf course. But I ended up, I voted against it, and I played the entire round having to take a shit. I gotta tell you, it's not the best. It's pretty uncomfortable, but it's not that bad. If I had to live like that every day for the rest of my life, I would choose that over never being able to get off ever again.
Yeah, as long as it's not like when I have to shit and it's like I can't move. Like Like, clench the
Yeah.
butthole, small steps,
Yeah.
don't sneeze. Like, when it's
Yeah.
not one of those scenarios, I think I could live with it. But the underrated annoying thing here,
Yeah.
how do you know when you actually have to shit?
Yeah, I would like set a timer for like every 4 hours and just go sit on the
Like,
toilet.
give it a whirl.
You just see if I can take a shit. Be like, yeah, it's been 4 hours. Let me see if I can
Let me
take a
see
shit.
if I have to.
Yeah.
Actually, that might be, that kind of regularity might be nice.
Right.
Actually, there might be a perk to that.
There you go.
Because if you always think you have to shit, then you get used to the feeling.
Right.
So when you actually have to shit, you can almost do it on schedule.
I also, so before I experienced this yesterday on the golf course, I sent it to Matt early, like maybe like Wednesday, Thursday in the week, and I was like, honestly, dude, it's just pain. I live with pain every single day of my life. Like, it's just another pain to add
It's just
to the
usually
list.
disappointment, mostly.
Like, it's usually either like my back or my fucking shoulder. I'm always in pain every single fucking day.
I
Like,
thought you were going to be like, yeah, I'm always in pain because I hate myself.
oh yeah, no. Like, I legitimately always have either back pain or shoulder pain, or sometimes it's both in the same day. And it's like, I've had this shit going on for years, so what's another one? Just add it to the fucking list.
Yeah, and if you always have the feeling that you have to take a shit, that just becomes the new normal.
It is the new hashtag the
There
new
it
normal.
is, the new normal. I'm about to use the phrase.
There it is. We found our new normal.
Shoot me, it's the new we're all in this together.
Yeah. Oh, I fucking hate that.
But-
fuck, we're all in this together.
Fuck you.
Hashtag alone together. That doesn't even make sense.
Oxymoron,
You
regular moron, whatever.
Stupid fucks.
But yeah, then having to take a shit isn't a problem anymore because every day.
Right.
There's actually a huge perk to that.
Yeah.
There is no perk to never being able to get off again.
Right.
You grow accustomed to having to shit all the time, so you can pick and choose when you shit, basically.
Yeah.
Unless you just shit your pants all the time, in which case it's very, very poor.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you could probably control, like, there's a difference between having the feeling you need to shit and then having the feeling you gotta fart. So if you always feel like you have to shit and you know you haven't taken a shit in like 3 or 4 hours, I'm probably squeezing that fart. And I'm probably gonna go see if I have to take a shit.
Yeah. It's an interesting one.
There's ways around it. Like
There's more benefits to having to shit all the time.
Yeah.
But you are running the risk of shitting your pants because eventually it's coming out.
Hey, I live that risk every day.
Joe Rogan, you gotta take more risks, man.
I don't think I told that story on air. Maybe that's for another time. The time I shit my pants.
Save it.
Not that long ago. Oh shit. Ah, that's a pun.
Save it. Write it down.
Yeah. I just wrote shit pants.
Poo pants.
Yeah. Well, that's going to do it for us, everybody. Thank you for watching if you're on YouTube. Thank you for listening to wherever you are. Make sure you subscribe to the show on both YouTube and audio. We've picked up a following in Australia finally.
G'day.
I don't know if it's one person from New Zealand that took a vacation in Australia. I don't know if people do that down there. Imagine it's like, I want to leave New Zealand. Oh, I don't know where you want to go. I don't know, Australia. Like, isn't that the same place?
Basically.
Yeah, but
They're like right next to each other, dude.
I know. I say that, and
They're a couple miles away, right?
we live in Massachusetts, and I vacation in California, and it's like the same fucking thing essentially.
Oh, is that the distance? I thought it was further.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. Whatever. It's the southern hemisphere, dude. It's a totally different world. I don't know. They're down.
Their animals are different.
Everything wants to kill you there. But yeah, welcome to Australia. Like I said, I don't know if it's an actual Australian person or if it's one of the Kiwis that's on vacation.
I'm gonna say it's an Australian person.
Yeah, but yeah, we have quite the following now in New Zealand. In Australia.
Right,
So,
Kiwis.
yeah, we fucking love you guys. So keep spreading the word too. Keep telling everybody, and you can find us on Instagram at Sarcasm Speaks Pod. We finally have some fucking social media posts going on. You know, it only took us like fucking 2 months of quarantine and not doing anything. And then we're also on Twitter at Sarcasm_speaks. And then Facebook page is Sarcasm Speaks. Until next time, good night, everybody.